YouTube, what the Krell is going on? Yeah, I said Krell. I didn't break my own rule. Folks, look at this. Look. Alright, you gotta see it. 3 Krells. That's right, this is an FFA, and obviously the campaign units thing is turned on. So we have 3 Krells and a Heinrich Kemmler who can also summon Krell. This is Total War Warhammer 2 FFA, folks. Get ready for it, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed in this battle. It is a whole lot of fun. So yeah, we do have the vampire counts here, led by Reptile King. He's got Heinrich Kemmler with Krell, 3 Krells. So when he says, where is Krell? He found him. He found him, okay? There's going to be 3 Graveguard with great weapons. There's going to be 4 Graveguard in the front line, a corpse cart with an unholy lodestone and some spears in the back. And that is the vampire army. And for those of you not super familiar with Krell, Krell is basically a White King on steroids. He's very, very good at what he does. He has an anti-large bonus to the anti-infantry, but he's going to be pretty good versus both. We're going to have Ungrim Iron Fist leading some dwarves. There are 2 Thanes with the dwarves. It's an odd pick. I haven't seen Thanes in a long time. Up front, there's a couple of Longbeards, which are unbreakable, heavy armor, nice defensive unit. They're backed up by some miners with blasting charges. There are 2 Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes. There's a Thunderer unit, and then more Longbeards on the flanks, and 3 Slayers, as well as a cannon, rounding out the Dwarf army. And the best, I'm saving the best for last, folks. There's a Wood Elf and a Skaven player, too. This is where it gets really good. So the Wood Elves have deployed a Spellsinger Lore of Life on an Elven Steed here, and she's got Regrowth and Earthblood and a Power Stone. And if we swing over here, this is where things get interesting. The Skaven's set up an artillery box kind of here. They've got the Teethbreaker Rattling Guns, some standard Rattling Guns, 2 Warplock Jezzails, the Avalanche Mortars, Natty Bubos in the back, and then they've got the Wheels of Doom, and it's surrounded by a whole bunch of Skaven slaves, okay? Led by Lord Skrull, he's got a Warlock Engineer as well. And this is the best part, and so that was Mr. Sir, and then Pratani has Vanguard deployed an entire Wood Elf army back here, almost, without the Spellsinger. There's a front line of Dryads, which are going to be painfully good versus Skaven slaves, so I can't wait for this to start. There's 3 Waywatchers, a Waystalker, Orion, and Orion is going to be a beast for the Skaven to handle, and then a couple of Wild Riders. So folks, this battle is going to get underway quickly, obviously, with the fight between the Wood Elves and the Skaven. Now, I'm going to leave the UI up for just a moment, because I want you all to kind of catch this opening engagement. Look at the Waywatchers. Rip. 500 points on the opening salvo. And the Skaven realize what's going on at this point, and boy, they are in trouble. The Wheels of Doom is moving, but it's not going to survive one more salvo in time to even get a single bit of damage, and just that one shot is all it's going to get, and that is it. The Wheels of Doom is off the battlefield already. The Rattling Guns and other units are turning around. Things get desperate. The Skaven are making summons and doing everything they can to hold back the wall of Dryads that's incoming. And then Wild Riders are also very quick, very high attack against anything with low armor. And then here comes Orion. He's going to be capable as well. So he's going to start stabbing Skaven left and right. And both, folks, the hills are alive. The hills are alive. And the Skaven is learning it the hard way. So this is, right here, a beautiful High Elf Vanguard. And the Skaven are caught in a very tough place. Look, the Spellsinger even arrives to join in the fun, getting a hold of some Warplock Jezzails. So every unit the Skaven has is under severe threat, and look at the points being wrapped up by Pratani early on here. He just had all the right answers for the Skaven army and deployed it in the right place. So this is going to go very, very well for him. So that, like I said, this is FFA. It's crazy. I mean, the poor Skaven player here, Mr. Sir, had probably no idea that someone was going to Vanguard deploy this kind of thing right behind him. He had all that range and was obviously set up to do damage from range. And the Wood Elves just, I mean, rained all over that parade. Waywatchers literally raining arrows all over that parade. Alright, so you can see that the Skaven are trying very hard to stop this onslaught, and it's just not working. The Vampires are still even making their way over. It's the same with the Dwarves, but Orion And his Vanguard deployed Wood Elves have, I mean, just completely wiped out the Skaven, almost without exception, before any of the other factions could even arrive. And so this gives the Wood Elves a commanding lead. So Pertani pops out 8,000 points before the next player can even make it to 2. I mean, that was incredible. So the Skaven didn't have much of a chance there. They got caught in a pickle. Now, these dwarves are really not what the Wood Elves would like to fight right now, so being FFA, the Wood Elves are going to use their speed, flee away from these dwarves because they know that this is not a fight they're interested in. The vampires, on the other hand, do have the capability to take down this dwarf army, and we're likely to see a fight there as Reptile King moves his forces across the battlefield, and Pertani is falling his Wood Elves back, obviously hoping to bide their time with a little bit of hit and run here. And I think that's how the Wood Elves played, if I understood it right. I mean, I'm not super familiar with tabletop, but I think they did a lot of like kind of pulse damage type stuff, like hit and run, get some damage in, you know, move around, get some more I don't know. Like I said, I think that's what I've heard people say. Look at these Way Watchers targeting a Krell over here, going to rack up some more points, and they will do plenty of damage. Krell's a bit of a smaller target. No offense, Krell. But, you know, so it makes it where he won't, like, insta-die like something larger like that Doom Wheel that has a bigger hitbox, but it's obviously going to take a lot of damage. So the Way Watchers definitely picking an appropriate target, but they're expending a lot of ammunition doing it, and I think the Wood Elf player is going to decide that that's not really the hill that they want to waste all their ammo on. But yeah, so one Krell is very strong, and remember that I don't know exactly how the Krell summon the Krell summons works, but I'm imagining that he degrades over time. Very well could be the case. I know you can heal him and keep him going longer, but these 3 Krells aren't going to be degrading. That's going to make him very, very strong. I think he's got like 500 and something weapon damage and a considerable amount of armor piercing. I do know that Krell gets staggered a lot, which is a downside. But when he can get damage in, it's tremendous amounts of damage. And he's, like I said, he's pretty good in multiple situations. He's not great against everything, but pretty good. And Kemmler, of course, can kind of be a bit of a Mortis engine in a way, like in the sense that his abilities are active when he's in combat. So it's good to try and get him into a lightweight fight where he can keep those abilities active. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing there. We saw Warp Lightning, and I was like, what? There was one Skaven still alive. And it's this Warlock Engineer, and he's just like trying to join the dwarves. He's like, "Look, see, I attack lightning the vampires. Take me in," and the dwarves just aren't having it. That is a grudge too far to consider working with the Skaven, and they just unleash everything they have on him, and he'll be driven back. And meanwhile, the vampires have arrived on scene, and the dwarves are rolling out the explosive red carpet for them. We have handguns, Warner. You in the house? Handguns. Yeah, there's Thunderers in the back. And then we've got Trollhammer torpedoes as well. Hey, speaking of which, if you all don't get the reference to Warner, that's because you're not a part of the Discord. Okay? And you should be. I'll explain more at the end. In any case, this fight's going to get well and truly underway. The dwarves definitely have some range power. Their Thanes and Ungrim are going to pose some pretty tough targets. But you're going to see considerable strength on the vampires' part here. They've got some well-armored infantry, and remember that their infantry doesn't rout, and they even have some armor-piercing infantry as well. So the dwarves are definitely going to be in trouble. And we're going to get a fight back here between Ungrim and Krell, and it's going to be an interesting fight, actually, but I would think that Krell would do fairly well. He doesn't count as large, so Ungrim doesn't get a bonus, but then Ungrim doesn't count as large, so Krell doesn't get a bonus. But and both of these characters have some pretty significant weapon damage. You can see Ungrim was on a special ability right there, Foe Seeker, where he's getting some extra damage. But then even with nothing special going on, Krell with 470. So it's pretty significant what he can get done. See the vampires pushing in, being attacked by the miners with blasting charges, and you can see the Thunderers and everything falling back. Now the Way Watchers were in the background here, and I figured that their first target would be that corpse car with Unholy Lodestone. Easy pickings, easy points, but instead they choose to start firing over here at the dwarves, and I believe they're trying to hit an Iron Drake unit. no, it was just a miner. I thought they were going to target the Iron Drake unit, so they must have had the wrong target clicked or something. Definitely not the target that's going to maximize their ammo at the moment. But yeah, that corpse cart to me seemed like the easy pickings. Yeah, the dwarves are getting in here, and they're just getting gooned on by Krells at this point. And then all 4 Krells are on the battlefield. That's right, folks, 4 Krells on the battlefield at the moment. So the dwarves are going to have more than their hands full here. Look at that, like Krell chasing a Thane that's routing, and the Waywatchers trying to steal the glory here and pick off the kill. So Pertani is merciless. Absolutely merciless. See the Thunderers firing through, trying to get their hits. All these units going to be under fire from Waywatchers. So the Dwarves going to find themselves in trouble. But honestly, the Waywatcher ammo is not really hitting these Troll Hammers nearly as brutal as one would think. So, but there's a big lead right now. See, there was Kemmler making his way across the lines. Now the Slayers have come in, but there's quite a bit of armor here for the Vampires. The Slayers aren't going to do great. They'll cause a little bit of damage, but they certainly won't be able to finish anything here. Like I said, kind of surprised these Waywatchers didn't go for the soft targets to just rack up more points here, but I guess they're concerned about the Thunderers making it into late game, and that makes sense. The Thunderers would be a dangerous unit to leave around. They have significant amounts of ammunition, and they can cause a lot of damage with it. You can see that slowly but surely here, Dwarves are being wrapped up. Now let's watch Kemmler for a moment. You saw him a minute ago, he was full health. There goes the corpse cart, getting some love from the Waywatchers, and look how quickly it dropped when it did. See the Waywatchers falling back just a little bit here. They are under fire from the dwarf cannon. Let's just kind of get a feel here for what's going to go on. Vampire's going to keep the fight going while the Waywatchers fall back momentarily. And the dwarves did a good job of keeping their skirmishers in the clear far to the back, and it's helped them do some damage with them. I mean, you can see 86 kills on this one Iron Drake. I guess the other one bought the farm against the Waywatchers, because I don't see it here anymore. But we got a Krell pushing in. He's going to be headed off by Longbeards. Oh, boy. Oh! Yowza! Look at that. And the cannon, everybody going all in for Kemmler. And, oh, is this it? Is it? Oh, how did he not die? Did you guys see what that first volley did? How did he not die right there? 75% physical resistance is how. Holy mackerel. What a save. But he's crumbling. Kemmler's crumbling. Oh, that was just a brutal volley off the Waywatchers. And then the loads, or the corpse cart with lodestones eating. Yeah, Kemmler's just gonna... Oh, what a way to go, Kemmler. Wrong place, wrong time. Rest in peace. I think the lodestone's gonna survive. I think the Waywatchers were running out of ammo, but they got some damage done. Look at the points here. Golden Eagle actually getting some significant points off of the Vampire. Look at that damage he's managed to cause all this time. Even though Reptile King's winning the fight, points-wise, it's just really not bad for the Dwarves right now. Really not bad at all. So they've managed to do some significant damage as far as cost and hit points there in order to rack up that kind of score. We got one volley left here on this Waywatcher. Nick's going to expend it. Looks like on this Krell over here. Poor Kemmler. Poor Kemmler. At least he found Krell before he went, you know? At least he found Krell. Get up close and enjoy some Vampire versus Dwarf action here. The Wild Riders coming in. A little bit of cleanup duty. They picked off the Thunderer. That was great. And it looks like they were trying to get to the Iron Drakes, but they've got to worry about these Longbeards. So hit and run, hit and run. Definitely what you want to do with the Wood Elves. Don't get yourself overcommitted to one fight. You got some Slayers here up against the Dryads. Dryads actually have 60 armor. Slayers get anti-large. They'll do okay versus Dryads, but honestly, I don't think Dryads are a target you would typically want the Slayers fighting against, and they're going to fall back, actually. Doesn't look like they want that. We do have some Vampires left over here. And what few vampire troops are left, it won't be ideal for Dryads to fight like all these Krells and the Graveguard with great weapons. But you've got a very healthy Orion and a Spellsinger who almost certainly has some magic saved up for such a situation. And then you got Orion still throwing his spears, and the Waystalker has spent their ammo, but with Orion, these spears can do quite a bit of damage too. So he's going to put his wolves into the fight here. Yeah, it's going to end up being 3 Krells and a few Graveguard making a final stand to try and avenge Kemmler. The Lodestone is here still, but I don't imagine it's going to last terribly long. That much armor, it's certain to go down, and it was obviously taking fire from Orion there, and that's a pretty worthy target. It's a good support unit for the Krells to keep up leadership and attack and other stats. I don't remember everything that it buffs. It's actually healing them as well. So yeah, you definitely want to get rid of the Corpse Cart, because the Corpse Cart is deadly support. There it goes. Corpse Cart is out. And that's just going to leave the Krells to try and use their axe to chop down the forest. Now you would think that this is the proper weapon for fighting a whole bunch of trees, but sometimes you just need a chainsaw. You know, like on Doom, the guy can pull out the chainsaw and just go for it. I mean, Krell even looks like he kind of fits in a Doom game, to be honest. What a fight we end up here with the end. The Waystalker had arrows of Kurnos left. No doubt we'll see Orion coming in to fight soon, but I'm just going to let you all catch all of the cinematic action. When there's something to commentate, I'll commentate it. But for now, big fight. A lot of trees and a lot of Krells. Alright, so we had some healing going on, and then Orion's going to come plowing in with Regrowth. And Orion with Regrowth, even though we've got 3 Krells, they're surrounded by infantry. And I mean, if anything was going to have a chance at Orion, it would be 3 Krells, but I don't think they can do it with the Regrowth and with all of the infantry in this fight. They're going to be too worn out, too worn down, and there are just too many Wood Elves left. Folks, if you haven't played FFA, if you haven't joined my Discord, that's where this FFA was organized. If you want to play fun battles in Warhammer 2, I don't think there's any better place to be, okay? If you're looking for like fun social battles with other people who love Warhammer 2, you need to be on my Discord. It's free. I don't get anything for it. I just want you all there because it's an awesome community, and I love seeing people have fun, and honestly, I love going in and just chatting, getting battles, playing battles with people. We have almost 4,000 members there, but it feels like a small community in a lot of ways too, because people are just nice. It's a fun place to be, so please join us. And hey, if you're looking for ways to help out my channel when you're watching videos like this one, just interact. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Talk about the battle. Ask questions. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Tell me in the comments why you disliked it. Interaction is welcome and appreciated as long as it is there for an appropriate reason, right? Not just spamming or being mean. Even if that interaction's telling me that I didn't do a good job, that type of stuff is welcome. So please do. You've got a heroic victory for the Wood Elves, and you know what? That really, it was heroic. That was an epic performance by Pertani there with the Wood Elves. That was epic. I absolutely loved it. Thank you to Golden Eagle, Reptile King, Mr. Sir, and Pertani for participating in, I think, one of the most entertaining FFAs I've seen in a little while, in the sense that you usually get a lot of vortex spells or dragons or other stuff here, and this was fun. Like, I liked the armies that the players picked, and I mean, poor Mr. Sir's army could have been so much fun to watch too, but oh my gosh, this Wood Elf, like I said, it is just like uncanny how effective this Wood Elf army was at going after the Skaven, and he deployed right behind the Skaven, so maybe that was the thought from the outset with Pertani's Wood Elf army, and this was very enjoyable, and you know, Mr. Sir, don't give up, man, come back. That's just the fun of FFA. Just keep coming back and playing more. Look at this, man. That is a lot of kills on Trollhammers, and then 248 kills on the cannon. Good grief, man. That dwarf support line was getting some work done. Getting some serious work done. Reptile King, 4 Krells. You made my day. That's all I can say to that. You're the best lizard out there, man. And then Mr. Sir, like I said, didn't work out this time, but man, please show up, and thanks for being a part of things. Hope to see you all again soon with some more battles in Total War Warhammer 2. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.